Saquon Barkley might be running out of time, and he doesn't even know it. After a historic 2024 campaign that saw Barkley bulldoze his way into the record books, the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to do the unthinkable, run it back. But with greatness comes a price, and Barkley's 2025 outlook might be laced with more danger than glory. Before we break it all down, don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, drop your hottest take in the comments, and share this video with the football fanatic in your life. Let's talk about why one of the NFL's most electrifying talents could be facing his toughest challenge yet. Saquon Barkley didn't just ball out in 2024, he rewrote the script. Over 2,500 total rushing yards, including the playoffs. Let that sink in. That's not just elite, it's generational. The kind of season that carves your name in stone next to legends. He became the 9th player in NFL history to rush for over 2,000 yards in a single season, and he did it while carrying the Eagles' offense on his back. That kind of performance is why he was the crown jewel of fantasy football, the nightmare for defensive coordinators, and the engine that powered Philadelphia to a Super Bowl title. But now the whispers are growing louder, and they're not coming from the fans. They're coming from the analysts. According to Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport, Barkley is doomed. Not because his talent is falling off, not because he's lost a step, but because history says he's about to hit a wall. A brutal, unforgiving, statistical wall. The issue? It's called the curse of 370. And it's not just a spooky myth, it's a real trend backed by cold hard numbers. In 2024, Barkley had 378 touches. That's carries and receptions combined. Since 2007, there have been 25 times a running back hit that number. Only 2 of those players gained more total yardage the next season. Only 2 saw a boost in fantasy points in PPR leagues. That's under 10% who saw any sort of improvement. And over the last decade, the average drop in production for those high-usage backs is over 49%. That's almost half their fantasy value gone. Now let's be clear. This isn't about Barkley's ability. He's still a monster on the field. His vision, power, acceleration, agility, he's got the full package. This is about durability, sustainability, wear and tear. You don't run through defenses like a freight train without taking some dents. And when your legs are your livelihood, that mileage matters. What makes it more complicated is the Eagles' situation. Philly needs Barkley. With Jalen Hurts still leading under center and the passing game stacked with weapons, the offense still thrives on balance. That means Barkley isn't just a luxury, he's a necessity. And after proving he can handle a massive workload, the temptation is going to be there. Again and again. But if the Eagles want to make another deep postseason run, they may need to protect their prize asset from himself. Less touches, more efficiency, more support from the RB2 spot. If Philly isn't careful, they risk burning out one of the best backs in football before the calendar flips to December. And let's not forget the fantasy football angle. Barkley's current average draft position is RB1. First running back off the board? That's a big gamble considering the historical risk. If he gets the same volume as 2024, injury becomes a looming threat. If they cut his touches to save him for January, his fantasy production takes a hit. Either way, owners might be staring down disappointment in 2025. Still, there's another side to this. Saquon Barkley has never been one to run from adversity. He's battled through injuries before. He's responded to doubters. And in 2024, he reminded the entire league what a healthy Barkley looks like. If anyone's capable of beating the odds and rewriting the narrative, it's a number. 26. But football isn't about fairy tales. It's about bodies, numbers, game plans, and execution. The Eagles have a championship window that's still wide open. But managing Barkley's usage might be the key to keeping it that way. Make no mistake, Barkley is going to ball out in 2025. Whether that shows up on fantasy leaderboards or in clutch playoff performances is the question. If he hits the wall that so many have before him, the Eagles might find themselves scrambling to shift gears. But if he stays upright, fresh, and explosive, Philadelphia could be looking at back-to-back titles and a legacy season from one of the game's brightest stars.